Call this regular meeting of the Toledo City Council for June 5th, 2024 to order. First item is pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yay.
All right, I'll take a roll call. Okay, Councilor Bush is out sick, pardon me. Any word yet from Councilor Mix? Councilor Mix is absent. All right. Councilor Burns,
Yes.
Councilor Sylvia,
Here.
Councilor Strong,
Yes.
Councilor Kaufman,
Yes.
and I am here. We have a quorum. We can conduct business. Our first item is visitors' public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address council this evening? Is there anyone online that would like to address council this evening?
I do have someone online. Raise their hand. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bird, I think you can speak now.
Ms. George, you have 3 minutes. Are you there?
I see her microphone live, but I can't hear her.
There be anything on our end?
Usually something like that, it's on their end. Because the output, it may not be recognizing the microphone.
Double check your microphone output, Ms. George.
Sometimes you can select a different speaker.
And actually too, it might be the input.
Or input.
Yeah, her input. It might not be. If it's a USB or something else.
Ms. George, we're going to come back to you. See if you can troubleshoot your mic on your end. When you believe you have it fixed, please find a way to let our city recorder know that you're up and running on your side, and we'll go to you at that time. Thank you. All right. We have the first of 2 public hearings. First up, resolution number 15. So I'll open the agenda item. This is for public hearing for the budget. Resolution number 1552, adopting the budget, appropriating funds and levying taxes for fiscal year 2024-2025. I'm opening the public hearing at 6:25. All right, is there anyone who wants to declare a conflict of interest, bias, ex parte communication, or objections to jurisdiction? All right, hearing none. The nature of this public hearing is to adopt the next fiscal year's budget, which will allow for funding of the City of Toledo services. Staff report.
Council, as you know, Budget Committee met on April 30th and again on May 7th. May 7th, the budget committee approved the fiscal year budget for the city of Toledo. This is now coming to council to adopt the budget, appropriating funds and levying taxes for fiscal year 24-25 in the amount of $26,639,579.
Right? Or any applicant testimony? Does anyone in the public would like to testify? Are there any questions?
Yes. I was just gonna add that additionally, it does adopt the 5.818 per thousand as well for the tax rate.
What is the unappropriated amounts on page 7 of 54, 257,000?
Those are funds that are unappropriated. So everything else is listed that's appropriated to spend. There are amounts that we always leave unappropriated. Yes.
Let's hope to do, which isn't true of a lot of cities in the state. We try to carry forward enough to get us through that first quarter before taxes come in, because taxes don't start coming in until November. Okay, there are a lot of cities in the state that have to take out loans to get through the property tax. We try to always carry enough forward so we can meet our obligations next year if something were to go sideways. Unfortunately, I've been here when we had to do that. Not fun.
That was the only.
And the only thing also on unappropriated funds is the only way to allocate those is to go back through the budget committee process.
But it is possible.
We had to do that one. And that was so much fun. Any other questions? Right. We'll close the public hearing and go into council deliberations and decision. Any discussion, council?
Nope.
Over very thoroughly, and I was quite impressed with the way we did it this year, and everybody got a chance to voice their opinions and such on there, and it's come back to us now.
Jackie, you were going to say something?
Make no questions. Well done.
Oh, okay.
Glad, Jack.
That Jackie.
I make a motion to adopt resolution number 1552, a resolution of the Toledo City Council adopting the budget, appropriating funds and levying taxes for the fiscal year 2024-2025.
I'll second.
Ready? If the system. All right, it's been moved by Councilor Kaufman, seconded by Councilor Strong to adopt resolution number 1552, a resolution of the Toledo City Council adopting the budget, appropriating funds and levying taxes for fiscal year 2024-2025. This also sets our tax rate at 518 per thousand. Take a roll call vote. Councilor Burns,
Yes.
Councilor Sylvia,
Yes.
Councilor Strong,
Yes.
Councilor Kaufman.
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0.
Yay.
Last year.
Hmm?
What was the tax rate like?
Same. Yep. Okay. Any word yet from Miss George?
Haven't seen her hand.
Okay. Right, moving along. I will now open another public hearing for agenda item resolution number 1553, a resolution declaring the city's election to receive state shared revenues for fiscal year 2024-2025 and certifying compliance with ORS 475 Charlie. I now ask for, are there any declarations for conflict of interest, bias, ex parte communication, or objections to jurisdiction? All right, the nature and purpose of this decision item is to declare our election to receive state shared revenue and to certify our compliance with ORS 475 Charlie. All right, staff report?
Again, this is something we need to do every year. So this is a motion to approve resolution 1553. We need to declare our election to receive state shared revenues for the upcoming fiscal year. And this is combined with certifying our compliance with ORS 475C, which allows us to receive those funds for the marijuana sales inside city limits as well.
Okay. Is there any applicant or any applicant testimony? Any public testimony? All right, hearing none, any questions?
Yes.
Go for it.
Where in the budget is this? I looked to try and find out where in your guys' budget, the last one we just talked about, where is it at in there?
Was it listed?
All over the.
All over. Yeah.
Oh, so there's not just one set general fund, it just gets spread out?
Well, this is the 911 tax, this is the highway tax, this is all of the.
So like where it says liquor tax, that's state shared revenue, cigarette tax, state shared revenue, marijuana tax, state shared revenue. Plus what we get, right? But it's
Some
all
of that
into
will also
one.
go into the unity money that we give for the contributions committee. That comes from this, what we call the sin taxes. So part of that's in there as well.
Yeah, that's delegated. You see a lot of it's in the general fund revenue list. You'll see all those, the
I
revenues,
didn't find it in the budget.
but then, yeah.
All the way at the front, you gotta look in the revenue side to see where it's coming from.
Yeah, and then we have a couple of reserve funds, the 911 system, reserve fund, that's for that tax. And then we have the footpaths and bicycle fund, and that's for the highway tax.
And you have to do this every single year?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. We have to elect to receive our funds in order to be able to
Yes.
receive them.
Such a weird
I'll hold my
statute.
comments on that.
What was that, Jackie?
I said it's such a weird statute. I mean, seriously?
Yes, they're quite serious.
We want to ignore money, really.
Yes.
Oh,
As far as the tax, read through there, it says something about a 3% tax. Is that set by state?
No, that's what this,
I can answer that. It's a,
voted for, I believe.
I can answer, I can give you a real brief. It was interesting how it happened. The legislature kind of let everybody know that they were gonna limit the tax on marijuana. And under home rule authority, cities by statute and counties by constitution, or county statutory, us cities by constitution have our home rule authority. Well, all these, there's tons of cities in the state that ran out and did 5% medical, 10% recreational. And tried to beat the legislature enacting 3% limit on the medical, 6% on the recreational. The city of Roseburg did a sliding scale up to 25%.
whoa.
Since that, I think more recently, there's been some legislation to try and reduce.
Well, now they're trying to figure out how to work around the Measure 110s because Measure 110 lowered all cities down to 3%.
Yeah, Measure 110 is what did it.
Right, so they're trying to figure out how to work around that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, that money will only stay within the city where the tax is getting, like, there's a state tax that goes to the state, but the 3% would be within our city, correct?
But we still get a portion of what the state.
No, I know, I meant, but the 3%, all of that 3% just stays within our city.
It's
for-
supposed to.
Yeah, theoretically.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Great, I would entertain a motion. Oh, that's right, we're still in questions. Thank you. Close public hearing. We'll now go into deliberation and decisions. Any comments, council?
No, I make a motion to approve resolution number 1553. A resolution of the Toledo City Council declaring the city of Toledo's election to receive state shared revenues for fiscal year 2024-2025, and certifying compliance with ORS 475C related to marijuana sales inside city limits.
Second,
Thank you, Lisa. All right, it's been moved by Counselor Sylvia, seconded by Counselor Burns. Resolution number 1553, a resolution of Toledo City Council declaring the city of Toledo's election to receive state shared revenues for fiscal year 2024, 2025, and certifying compliance with ORS 475 Charlie related to marijuana sales inside city limits. I will take a roll call vote. Counselor Kaufman.
Yes.
Counselor Strong.
Yes.
Counselor Burns.
yes,
Counselor Sylvia.
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0.
yes.
Anything from the storage yet?
No, she had actually raised her hand when you went into a public hearing and then disappeared from the meeting altogether, so I don't know. She's not online at all.
Okay,
Maybe she's driving.
all right. We have no items on the consent agenda. We have a consideration for funding request from Barry Brewster.
Don't see him here, so. I know what it's about, but I
Yeah.
think it'd be better if he.
Is he online?
He's not online.
All right. Leave that alone. We'll skip over that. Decision items. Resolution number 1554, a resolution authorizing a rate increase for solid waste disposal services provided by Dahl Disposal and repealing resolution number 1523. Please state your name for the record.
Good evening, councilors, mayor. My name is Dave Larmouth. I'm the outreach manager for Dahl Disposal Service.
All right, Doug, you want to get us started?
Sure. So I think we came to you last month with talking that they had anticipated an increase this year, roughly around 3%. That they would know better in June with the numbers. Mr. I'm sorry, didn't get the last name again, but Larmouth, Mr. Larmouth did email me. Sorry about that. And he got me the information and where the CPI index was. And so it works out to a 3.15% increase. So I'm bringing resolution to you today. They're asking to raise rates 3.15% for City of Toledo customers. And I provided a rate chart that was provided to me. And then also a copy of the CPI index, so you know where they got their numbers from. And it's 3.7 and it's an 85% according to our ordinance on that. So that's why they're asking it that. He could probably tell you more.
I haven't answered further questions. Mr. Wiggins done a good job of laying out the basics for us.
Any questions, council?
No,
Anything, Sue?
No, just, it seems like 3% seems to be about standard increase.
Yeah.
It's when I don't know what to say, folks often ask me months before we'll know what do we think it'll be, and I usually guess 3, and I'm usually somewhere in the ballpark.
How's business been in general?
We've been pretty busy. Lots of construction going on. Folks adding service and increasing their service we have a lot of folks who stepping down for the winter, either not around as much or just not generating as much material. So those folks are seeing that seasonal swing.
Any other questions, comments, council? Jackie, do you have anything?
no, I sure don't. Thank you.
Well, I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve resolution number 1554, resolution of the Toledo City Council authorizing a rate increase for solid waste disposal services provided by Dahl Disposal Services and repealing resolution number 1523.
Second.
Been moved by Counselor Sylvia, seconded by Counselor Kaufman. To approve resolution number 1554, a resolution of the Toledo City Council authorizing a rate increase for solid waste disposal services provided by Dahl Disposal Services and repealing resolution number 1523. I will take a roll call vote. Counselor Burns,
Yes.
Counselor Strong,
Yes.
Counselor Kaufman,
Yes.
pardon me, Counselor Sylvia,
Yes, sir.
and I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Keep up the good work. Thank you. The next item we are pulling, they're gonna come back probably in a couple weeks, maybe a little later than that. They're working through some things. I know. All right, next item, permit application, request to consume alcohol in public places. Lisa?
Mayor, council, in your packet, there is an application from a gentleman, Paul Saucer, and he is in attendance tonight. I need to see if he'll talk. Paul, you should be able to speak, if you can.
Yes, I think I have
Okay.
working just fine now.
So the application is to consume alcohol in public places. They plan to have a van life event on the Port of Toledo property on the weekend of August 8th through 11th. There will not be any sales of alcohol. However, as noted on the council report, their event encourages attendees to bring their own alcoholic beverages and share. Per OLCC rules, if an event charges any type of admission, even asks for a donation or fee, then the event holder must apply for a temporary sales license. Hence the application included in the packet. And it was forwarded to the police department for review. Did you have anything?
This is unusual for us to have an event like this where we're sharing alcohol. I do have concerns about sharing it to minors and who's going to be regulating that. I just have some concerns because it's new to us.
This is a very small community event. There are no minors that will be attending.
But you're not gonna have it cordon it off to the rest of the community, right?
If necessary, yes, we could do that.
I'm concerned that we might be influencing minors. If it's not cordoned off or we don't have some kind of designated area where these people have bands or something like that, that designate who is part of the organization and who to be sharing alcohol.
Okay.
That would be my only concern is, for lack of a better word, minors wander in because they hear the music and.
Yeah, it can be open, it needs to have like
You know,
a beer garden area.
I would really encourage you to pass on to all of your attendees to not share their alcohol with people they don't know. Period.
Oh,
End of
that-
sentence.
Yep, not a problem. We've done events in the past. That's never, ever came up at all.
And his colleague Peter is also available he has his hand raised.
Peter,
Yes, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, we have in place that when our guests check in with us, we're gonna be verifying that they are 21 and we're gonna be giving them bracelets, and we're instructing everybody to not give alcohol to anybody that does not have a bracelet on their wrist.
Chief, what do you think?
I just have concerns. We've never had this event before.
I know.
Bracelets can be shared, obviously I did bring up bracelets, but didn't think about bracelets can be shared. So I just, we'll make sure we have presence in there. We'll walk through every once in a while to make sure there's nothing.
I have some, there's some inconsistencies on this thing. Page 12, page 21, number 12 says 75 people, but on page 23, number 4, it says 120 to 150 people.
As of right now, ticket sales are very low. We're looking at about 50 to 60 people. Our goal is to at least have 100 people at this event.
Go ahead. And then on page, another one is page 21, number 15. It says serving alcohol by the drink as well as distilled liquor. Yet on page 23, number 6 and 7, it says that you're not selling. It's. And
I
think
did not fill this form out, so
We're not selling any
you're
liquor.
not selling anything.
on the application it states you are though.
It's everybody is bringing their own, providing their own. We're just sharing it amongst each other.
So Frank,
Yes.
on page 21, item 7 says they're not selling or providing alcohol.
Maybe I'm looking at the wrong page.
On 16, it says serving, not selling.
So they can, they're serving it, but they're not selling it. There's not
Right.
gonna be any fee. So they can
Right.
still monitor who it.
Well, that's why I
who
think
is
that's
the-
why they answered
Yeah.
yes on 16.
Right,
Yeah.
Because it refers to serving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas they're not selling, but yes, they are serving.
And then my only other concern is the same as the chief, is like, it's real easy for kids, I know because I was one and I got into these events.
Yeah, I know how you do.
Quickly. Kids will find a way in if it's not monitored, and I'm just concerned with kids getting into that thing. And also on here, it says you have a map for drawn up for this, and I don't see a map in here either.
I have a question. So
Yes, go ahead, Counselor Burns.
I'm not familiar with the organization. Have you done these events elsewhere like this?
Done one event down in Ansel Borrego State Park, California, which was the San Diego County Park and Recreation Campground where I do work at. That went with no problem at all. Usually these events are, as I said, community events with people that we do know that travel around state by state. There's never been an issue. Yes, this is a little bit larger compared, since we did hire a band and was recommended to rent out the waterfront park by somebody that's having events there later in the season.
Okay.
Well, it's a great venue. No one will disagree with that. I'm, you know, and when we say fencing, I mean, literally, we're only talking about the plastic roll up, you know, roll out, roll up. Just a way to, for lack of a better word, discourage people from, for lack of a better word, sneaking in the back door, as it were.
You're gardener.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Am I able to speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
I attend a few of these events. I'm actually currently at one right now in Colorado. And I was at your waterfront park last year for Holy Toledo, so I have a pretty good layout of how it works. You know, and it's gonna be like we did last year. There's no tables, there's no booths. Every van will be walking to each other's van. Last year at Holy Toledo, it wasn't.
But now,
A couple of locals showed up, but you know, we pretty much know all each other. Everybody knows each other, so we're on top of making sure that, you know, someone who's not allowed to be there is not there, because you know it's.
You're cutting out. Your mic is.
So this is the same people that were there last year?
Right, last year and the year before, essentially. Yes, Chief.
So. It to be stereotypical, but this type of music sometimes goes hand in hand with marijuana usage. I want to make sure that if there's marijuana, we can't use marijuana in public and definitely don't want that to get into our citizens or our kids, so.
Yep. I'd say that if this was the same group, I was down there and walked through and looked at the vans and listened to some of the music, if I remember right, and I didn't see any problems, and they were, as far as security and people watching out for everybody, it was well taken care of.
Okay. Lisa, you had something?
Oh, I was just gonna respond to Counselor Sylvia's comment about a map. As it gets closer, we can make sure that we have a map that goes through the police department and the fire department.
Yeah, I definitely want to make sure that if they have a map of what temporary fencing goes up, and it's just fencing, like you said, is a visual deterrence. That we work with the fire department to make sure that emergency vehicles can access that readily and available if they have any situation. So, yeah, if they can have a map sent to both me and Chief Robeson, that'd be great.
Okay, we can get on that right away.
Any other questions or comments, council?
Last comment was I went to a port meeting today and they were talking to the port manager and they were excited about having you guys back.
We're happy to be attending in the near future.
Well, I think you're aware of our concerns and, you know, as long as you're willing to work with our law enforcement when you arrive and, you know, so that everybody knows what everybody's doing, I think that'll be okay. Because you guys, I have to admit, when you guys show up, we know you're here and yet, let me continue, and yet you guys do a great job. I have never seen garbage left by you guys. I've never seen anything askance. Okay, and so you guys have a high reputation with the mayor here. I just hope that that continues this year and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, as for a job, I am a campground host. Over 6 months out of the year, I travel full time. My job basically is to make sure we pick up everything that's left by campers. So that will not be a problem. We will keep that place as clean as possible and work with law enforcement to make sure everything goes very well.
We'll entertain a motion.
To approve this request.
Wait a
Or a
minute.
second? I think Jackie just.
Wait.
Jackie, did you second that?
No,
No,
she said,
no.
wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
I just was reading, it says staff makes no recommendation. The city council may approve or deny the request. So what are we doing here?
We're approving or denying their permit to have their event.
Okay, okay. All right, I'm
The
sorry.
final decision will rest with the OLCC anyways, regardless of what we do.
Okay, but this is where they're,
OLCC usually does what the community approves.
okay, all right, so I'm in.
So are you seconding the motion?
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you. All right, it's been moved by Sue, seconded by Jackie Burns to approve the application for the consumption of alcohol in public places to wit the van life event at the Toledo Waterfront Park. We'll take a roll call vote. Counselor Kaufman,
Yes.
Counselor Sylvia,
Yes.
Counselor Burns,
Betcha.
Counselor Strong,
Yeah.
and I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, sir, for addressing our concerns. Remember to stay in touch with our law enforcement and our fire department. Thank you very, very much.
And
Thank
don't
you.
drink and drive.
Will do.
All right, next item. Harrison, you might as well get up there. Next item, approved Toledo Public Library policy.
Mayor, council, at your request, staff's bringing this back. The amendments you requested were done contemporaneously during our last hearing. Since then, it's been distributed to Doug, Amanda, and our new library director, and he did make a few grammatical changes, minor changes, and staff would recommend approval and would turn it over to the library director to speak.
Yeah, like the attorney said, we made some changes. I think that the suggestions that we got from you guys were good clarification things. So we cleaned it up, so it should be a little bit clearer and a little bit easier to read and apply. So that's what we got. Wait your decision.
Any questions, council?
I'd say the horse is still in.
Horse is still in.
That's what I was hoping.
The horse stays in the picture.
Before we vote on this, I want to encourage that we work with IT to get more cameras up in the area. Especially now that the mural's going in, and we're gonna start having events this summer there.
Yep.
So I think it would be very important to make sure we get coverage down there for as much as we can. Okay,
Especially if we're starting back there in that grass area.
that's why I said that. All right, I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the policies for the Toledo Public Library.
Second.
That's the shortest one we've had to do so far.
It's been moved by Counselor Sylvia, seconded by Counselor Strong to approve the policies for the Toledo Public Library. I will take a roll call vote. Counselor Burns,
Yes.
Counselor Kaufman,
Yes.
Counselor Strong,
Yes.
Counselor Sylvia,
Yes, sir.
and I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Go forth and conquer.
Thank you.
Next item, resolution number 1555, a resolution declaring 2 police vehicles as surplus property. Doug?
Yes, Sergeant Pitcher came to my office here the last few weeks and then Chief Pace has also brought to my attention. They have 2 vehicles they'd like to surplus and then work at getting rid of them. It'll also toward the budget towards going towards the new vehicles. So that's what we're asking. They're both Dodge Chargers. If I'll let Chief Pace add anything he wishes to.
Both vehicles are not functional as patrol vehicles anymore. They've been determined as admin vehicles, but they need to go. They're just way too old. Unfortunately, law enforcement puts a lot of wear and tear on their patrol vehicles, and they've served their times. They need to be surplus.
Okay, Chief, I've got to ask a very important question.
You bet.
So what rig is Cindy going to be able to drive in the Christmas parade?
I don't know yet. So,
Got to come up with one.
well, once we get enough vehicles in our fleet again, we'll transition one of our Explorers to an unmarked vehicle. So detective or admin can try.
Because I'm here to tell you, it's probably the biggest perk that we have keeping her here at the city is being able to go out and run that siren, that whole route.
Yeah, I hear you.
As far as the vehicles, taking off all of the bells and whistles and everything, so it'll just be a regular Dodge Charger.
That is correct. The vendor will come down and strip the car down to what it was prior to getting to us. And having all that everything installed. In July, I'll be approaching the city council again to purchase another Durango as part of our CIP that was presented during the budget committee.
And these are gonna go out for public bid or?
So we're going to do, and what I've asked Sergeant Pitcher, as part of his mission is to get a hold of a company that is less intrusive as possible to the police department so that they can just deal with it. In the past, we've sold the vehicle through our, and I don't like doing that. I would like just the company come in, seize it, and then sell it or auction it, however they want to do it. So we less intrusive for us. We don't have the staff.
So there's no way somebody that was interested in it could test drive it?
I'm not going to be subject to liability for that, nor do I think the city should be.
He's got a point.
Is the fiscal impact, does that mean that's what you're gonna liquidate them for? That $3,000 to $8,000?
Well, that's just an estimate of what we believe. I don't know for sure. I think what Chief Pace is looking at, we may just send them to Salem to DAS and Department of Administrative Services and what's called the Oregon Surplus. And then they'll take them and get them. These usually go for about $3,000 a car. And that's about what they go for. That's why I put the 3 to.
But that's what that means.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that money goes right back into the equipment replacement line item.
Minus whatever fees we have from DAS to do.
I know, other communities used to have, let's say, police cars that looked like police cars, but they just sat on the side of the road. It sure slowed people down.
Yeah, it still works in the outback.
Yeah, it slowed me down. So I do have an experience with that. At my prior law enforcement agency that I worked for, we had a mock patrol car that was out there. We had a primate center, OHSU Primate Center Research Center out there. And we put the mock patrol car out there and somebody had went in there and destroyed it, one of the protesters. So I don't want to do that, Artem.
No.
No, I don't blame you for that, but maybe you could talk some Yahats into spending a little change and.
Oh, a new one, yeah.
Yeah, a newer one,
Yeah.
instead of one that looks like it's from when I was young.
I think they even put a dumb unification.
Yeah, they
They
do,
do.
yeah.
That's funny.
Right, any other questions?
Nope.
Hey, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 1555. Resolution of the Toledo City Council declaring 2 police vehicles as surplus property to be disposed of according to City of Toledo public contracting rules authorized under resolution number 1394.
Yay. Second.
It's been moved by Counselor Sovia, seconded by Counselor Burns to approve resolution number 1555, a resolution of Toledo City Council declaring 2 police vehicles as surplus property to be disposed of according to the City of Toledo public contracting rules authorized under resolution number 1394. I will take a roll call vote. Counselor Coughlin,
Yes.
Counselor Strong,
Yes.
Counselor Burns,
Yes.
Counselor Sovia,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0.
May they rest in peace.
Next item, resolution number 1556, a resolution recognizing grant revenue and making appropriations for spending for fiscal year 2023. Shouldn't that be 2024, 2025?
No, this is for the current fiscal year.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Some catch up. That didn't
Yes.
get that.
Gotcha.
Suspend.
Go ahead, Amanda.
Thanks. Thank you, Mayor, Council. So, Library Director Harrison, and Denise have been hard at work. They've been able to successfully obtain a few grants that we need to get recognized and appropriated in this year's budget for their spending. They were able to secure grants, $1,000 from the state of Oregon, $5,000 from the Allen Beardsley Foundation for their summer reading program, and a $5,000 grant for children's programming and children's circulation materials from the John Henry Eldred Jr. Foundation. So we just need to get these appropriated for their spending for this current fiscal year.
Any questions? Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yes,
Keep going for grant.
yeah, $11,000 more for their programs. They do a fantastic job.
She walked my line. Because of rain. Any other questions? Any other comments?
I make a motion to adopt resolution number 1556. A resolution, Toledo City Council recognizing grant revenue and make appropriations for spending for the fiscal year of 2023 to 2024.
Second.
Been moved by Counselor Kaufman, seconded by Counselor Sylvia to adopt resolution number 1556, a resolution of Toledo City Council recognizing grant revenue and make appropriations for spending for fiscal year 2023-2024. I'll take a roll call vote. Counselor Strong.
Yes.
Counselor Burns.
Oh, yeah.
Counselor Sylvia.
Yes, sir.
Counselor Kaufman.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Okay, reports and comments. Lisa, do you have anything?
I do have a couple, Mayor. So just wanted to report that filing for candidacy is now open for the general election. There are 4 seats total for the council. There's the mayor's seat, and then Councilor Mix, Councilor Kaufman, and Councilor Strong's seats are all up for the election this year. I do have some packet information on the website, and you can also come see me and I will walk through the paperwork as well. Art Toledo, we do have a Chalk the Block event on Saturday, June 29th. So I hope to see all of you there. There'll be some gifts and it's a contest, so
What time?
from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Can I draw stick figures?
Stick figures are.
Hey, go.
That's the only thing I can't go.
If you can't beat the boomer I drew last year,
Couldn't.
yeah, you can, because you know how I did it? I had the picture on my phone and I just copied it.
Unless there's transparency going through it and I can trace it, that's the only way
You
it's
can
gonna.
make it, go ahead, you can bring your transparency.
So there's a theme for that?
There is no theme. You can draw whatever you want.
I
As
used to
long,
draw the beer wings in front of fire.
Did you happen to see last year's winners?
They were pretty good.
oh, those, I tell you what, we
You were
got
awesome.
some talented kids in this
Yeah.
community.
Maybe pull one up first, really quick.
I can't even draw a stick figure correctly. I ain't even attempting.
You could draw a fish, I was thinking.
I just draw the big head and put like it's coming straight out of it. That's about the developmental stage. Here's my stick.
Just a second and I'll see if I can find.
Yeah.
I can raise my hand and make a turkey.
There you.
There you go.
Just trace outline street, there we go.
So
Body parts.
Councilor Strong,
Oh, there we go.
that's not the greatest picture, however, that was done by a 17-year-old last year.
Wow.
Yeah, with chalk.
With
Yeah, that was the winner.
blended everything. I mean, just amazing.
There's Mayor.
There's mine, see? See? If I can do that,
What is that, a
you
dog?
guys can do it.
Boomer.
What is that?
That's a boomer.
Let's see if I can turn it.
Sleeping dog.
It's a run over dog.
There we go.
Kind of flat on the sidewalk, didn't he?
Ever since they took away the kind, warm boomer and made it.
So what? We are not kind and we are not warm.
That was where I went to school.
Then you
Go
go
on
back
to
to the
football
elementary school, because that's where that's at.
Yeah.
I hurt that poor critter to walk on those claws though.
But those
Not out in the woods.
And then also, to report, our oysters and brews this year, will only be one weekend this year without a dedicated staff member like we had last year. Katie was instrumental in doing a lot of the legwork. So instead of having 3 weekends, we're gonna do one full weekend, August 3rd and 4th. Still be 12 to 5, but it'll be Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And so, probably in July, you'll see a street closure request coming before the council for, Main Street. And then as soon as we get some information out, please check your emails. There'll be a ribbon cutting in the near future for the mural at the library. We'll probably schedule it for a story time. I need to touch base with Director Baker for that. And then the City Charter Review Committee is coming along. If you recall, you authorized the committee to review the city charter to go before the electors in November. So we've kind of gone through the entire charter. Mike and I are working on a draft. It may not come the first meeting in July, but at least the second or third meeting in July, which will still provide plenty of time to review it and send a resolution. And then I thought I had one more thing. Let's see. That must be everything. Oh, no, wait. June 26th, just a reminder, there is a joint meeting with the Port of Toledo. So we might want to start that at 5:30 possibly. And then June 19th is a holiday.
Good.
And so we are canceling the meeting that week. And then I don't know if the council, I didn't put it on the master meeting calendar list, but July 3rd is a regularly scheduled meeting. It is the day before 4th of July. I don't know if you want to cancel or just hold it. I didn't cancel it originally.
I will not be here for that meeting anyway, so it's up to you guys.
Canceling works for me.
What do you want, Jackie?
She says canceling work for her.
Jackie?
I don't care. I say celebrate the independence, call it off.
All right, it sounds like we won't end up with a quorum anyway, so let's go ahead and cancel for that.
July 3rd.
July 3rd, yes.
Okay.
So that means we'll bring that charter review back on the second meeting.
Right.
Perfect.
All right. Anything else, Lisa?
No, that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Harrison, you want to add anything to your great new rules and your policies and procedures?
No, I think we're good. Thank you.
Good to see you wearing your Scully again. Now I know who you are. Chief Pace?
So we have one individual in backgrounds for possible police position. And then we'll be starting the hiring process for dispatch. And hopefully, we'll be fully staffed. Doesn't mean that everybody's on the road or released, but at least we're getting there. So that's all, everything I have.
I'm impressed with the dashboard stats on there. When I looked and it was 122 warnings and only 29 citations.
We try to keep a 70% warning ratio. Our goal is to educate people versus penalizing them.
I brought this up in a couple other groups and they were just awed that the police department does that. Yeah.
Yep. Amazing how well facts work in a discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What's the difference between driving without privileges
And
and driving while suspended?
so driving without privileges means the license has not been issued to that person. Driving while suspended means that the license has been issued to that person, but they've been suspended for any particular reason.
Okay. Just wondering, because isn't it DWS without privileges? They've been suspended?
I was there. I got a DWS because I had no license.
Yeah,
They suspended it and then gave me a DWS,
yeah.
20 years ago, but
But I just always thought that didn't make sense because they're both driving without privileges.
And it could be that they're driving outside of their license, meaning.
Right,
Outside of the
They have
restriction.
a hardship.
gotcha.
Any other questions for Chief Pace?
How is the new detective working out?
She was working out perfectly.
She seemed very happy.
We've unfortunately had two major cases and she's done an outstanding job on one of them. So. Good one, just it didn't really warrant her attention as much as this one does.
All right, Amanda?
One thing to report, I do have the timeline from our software vendor for our conversion. We have our kickoff meeting the end of this month. We will begin the conversion process in July. There's going to be a couple months there where both first on our side and then on their side, there's gonna be some testing, working with the subject matter experts for each module. And looks like we will be completely in the new system mid-September.
Wow.
So we have an official timeline. Very
Yeah,
happy.
that's a big relief.
Yes. We're on the schedule and booked.
Any questions for Amanda? Mike?
As Lisa mentioned, the 19th is a holiday, no meeting. That's the week that I'm gonna be on vacation, so. Next week, on Monday, Tuesday. Well, I'll save that. Next week, I'm gonna try and accomplish stuff for the 26th. So I hope to have the affordable housing ordinance for you. Psilocybin for the voters that I need to kind of, and frankly, council can give their input, but the feedback that I've gotten at this point is I think maybe it's a moratorium, it's a continued moratorium for a couple more years. The other option would be to put it before the voters and outright ban it.
Did you look at my notes?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Checking.
But I haven't even been up to the dais.
I have a lot of things I could say on that.
The other thing is you're gonna see a that's down franchise agreement update. And then Doug and I realized some language in the House bill that gave us the $650,000 for the road. That says that the city and the property owner will enter an agreement, and he emailed Business Oregon and they confirmed that a 99-year lease would suffice. So I need to take the 99-year draft lease that I've done, which has some of the issues addressed in the House bill, but update it with the other issues. And then once Northwest Coastal Housing signs that lease, we can get our road funds.
Good.
That's kind of.
Any questions, Mike? All right, Doug?
I'll be gone for the next meeting on the 26th. I'll be in conference in Hood River. Staff will be working that week on, I think there's a training on our CIS benefits
Yes.
that you're going to up in Lincoln City.
Lincoln City,
Yes.
that's the annual meeting to update our benefits.
Yep, so they'll be busy on that. Additionally, I'll be coming into the meeting via Zoom, but Amanda will be here to probably handle all the hard stuff that you have to. So, also next week, it's important to know, Amanda lined up for the management training. So we, all the managers will be going through training, mandatory training through MOLI. That's a bunch of different types of management and human resources and all kinds of training that we deal with. That we'll be going through. I think it's going to be very beneficial to all the staff, including my staff. And let's see, the other thing coming forward, I'll be bringing forward on the 26th an amendment to the Safe Routes to School grant that we got in 23. We've done our portion, but can you say we came in way under budget? So we wrote an amendment to ODOT to extend that grant another year with the leftover funds and added to the project. So they've semi-approved it. It's got to come before you guys to allow the mayor to sign, and we'll be bringing that forward on the 26th.
Good.
So that's where we're at right now. Plus everything Mike said.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
we've been busy. And on the 27th is mini court, which I just emailed Katie asking for evidence. There's an attorney involved, so it'll be fun. It's an off truck route.
So Doug, I had a question. Have we heard anything, or let me rephrase that. Have we heard any definitive actionable things from the county about getting the speed limit lowered on Sterling?
Nothing definitive other than they are opening to giving the road to us, and then we can control that speed limit all we want. But they had conditions on giving that road to us. The other side is even if we don't take the road, they will lower the speed. They'll work with us to lower that speed limit. They agree that it needs to be lowered. I think they're just waiting from us to see which direction we want it to go.
Okay.
And I guess I should say I haven't received clear direction yet, but I haven't really brought it up. We're interested in the whole piece that they want to give us or not.
So I got a question, because it's 30 going to 20, we don't have to do that study. right?
35 going to 25.
Right in my house, it says 30. At Sturtevant and Alder, it says
Is it
30.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, take it down to 20 then.
So we wouldn't have to do that traffic study, right? Because it's only 10 miles.
But if it's on, because it's a county road that we don't have jurisdiction over, we don't get to do that unilaterally. That's why we're going through all
We have
this.
to go through
That's what I
that.
mean, if they turn it over to us.
Now,
we
we
don't
turn
have
it
to
over
pay
to
for
us,
the
we don't
study.
have to pay for a study, we can just do it.
Now, hold on, I did talk to the guy at LOC that worked on that bill.
Jim,
What's that?
Jim McCauley?
Jim McCauley, yes. And Jim told me that he had reached out and got direction that it's within our jurisdiction, if it's within our jurisdiction, that if we put in MOU or an IGA in on that, they can do it without the study.
Oh, perfect.
So, but we have to have some sort of understanding that with the county on the road, that's if we don't get it.
Well, if we can, I'd like to have that wrapped up in a bow by Labor Day. Before the next school year starts.
So I got a question, what would be the difference in getting the IGA and letting them keep the road, or us taking over the road as far as financial towards the city would?
Oh, it's much cheaper for the city to have the MOU or IGA with the county, and we just pay for new signs.
Then we don't have to maintain the road.
Then, yeah, then we don't have to maintain the road.
Gotcha.
So that's what I have on that.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Any other questions for Doug?
Yeah, we passed the bond issue, so that's in the works now. And I was curious, we passed a rate increase on the water. Has there been any feedback on it?
Not yet, but those bills haven't gone out. So the billing that our customers have seen has the new winter average reflected, and we have had a couple of calls. Some people, it goes up. It's based on their consumption, January through April. For the most part, it's been pretty quiet, but the rate increases that we saw will be for the current billing period, which will go out July 1st.
So
So it's good enough explaining to people too that, yeah, we may have raised it that, 3 or 4%, but look at our sister cities. They have went way above, and look at how much money we're gonna save with the pipe bursting, and look at this and look at that, and you take it all into consideration, not just like, oh shit. Oh darn, I'm gonna be out some money.
Well, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna just answer your question on the bond real quick, just while it's fresh in my head. On the bond, we're waiting for the county clerk. They'll send over that we gotta certify the votes yet.
We will sign off on the certified for the 26th.
Yeah, and once those votes are certified, then we can start working with the bond and bond council to get that bond out.
Rating still about the same and all?
They've gone up a little bit.
Yeah.
The interest rates have gone up a little.
The other thing I wanted to say was that the letter that was sent out was fabulous. That if anybody had any questions.
The
with the
newsletter.
water
Oh, on the
bills,
newsletter,
yes,
water rates, okay.
why and all of that on there, I would say that commend whoever put that together.
I hope we got most of that. She provided the examples which were taken right here from council that she provided you guys, so we tried to put as much in there as we could.
So I hit everything on.
I was just gonna say, one of the things that we've always run into, since this is your first budget for both of you, is people saying, well, Newport doesn't charge this much. I've actually reached out to a couple of people who have screamed about that the last few years, and I go, you're absolutely right, but now Newport's doing a 15% increase. Really? Yeah, because they haven't kept up with their costs. We have to keep up with our costs, that's why we do it in smaller increments. And they were glad that we do it in smaller increments after hearing what's happening to our neighbor. So that was good. That was refreshing, we'll just say. Any other questions for Doug?
Yeah, just don't bring up any parking meters.
So I have heard,
For parking meters?
don't go there. I have heard that they are considering putting in 3 or 4 quick turnaround loading zones, like 10 minutes only parking, so people can actually go in, because they're finding that all these folks that now they do takeout, yeah, it ain't working. So they're looking at putting in 3 or 4 zones across the bayfront to make that easier on people. But I can't wait for their next public meeting, because the couplet is now taking off too. All right, council comments. Jackie Burns. You're muted.
So sorry. I have a question about the city chamber. Is that in any way linked to city council? Or
No.
and no influence in it whatsoever?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, never mind. I got nothing.
Nothing, Jackie?
Nothing from,
Okay, Stu?
I just say it seems like we're going into summertime and it's gonna be busy all around town here. Events and such on there that we're talking about tonight, and there's a fair, the Gettysburg Fair is coming. So
First Street's gonna be starting up here shortly.
17th.
Yep.
yeah, there will be things going on in this community.
Okay, Frank?
I don't have much, just a reminder, we had that big CWAC meeting here in Toledo on the 27th of June across the street at the Aging Disability Service. They would like to have as many people there as possible.
Shoot me that date and time. We'll just throw it on the calendar. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, so, first item on was psilocybin, and are we gonna, I would currently recommend that we go with the moratorium, reason being, they still have not nailed down the dadgum rules for how those things are to be handled. And until they do that, there's no reason to go down that road, because it's a can of worms that the Portland metro area is trying to deal with no real rules.
2 years or 4 years?
Well, at the rate the state's moving, I'm leaning toward 4.
I would say 2, because then it can be revisited.
I know, it's just good gravy.
I know a lot of the stuff behind the psilocybin with the veterans I
Yeah.
deal with.
Yeah,
But
no, I know.
without rules in place, it's gonna be abused and it's gonna
exactly.
destroy them.
Yeah,
Destroy you.
exactly.
There's got to be rules in
Yes.
place. If not more so than the cannabis.
Yep.
Totally, and we had enough trouble with the cannabis when all of that went and nobody knew the rules and
Yep.
everybody had to jump through the hoops. The
Yep.
store owners. They'd just get everything set up and going, and then there'd be a rule change, and it cost them thousands.
Yep.
Just because the rules changed and because they didn't know what they were doing.
Yep.
And now this is a totally new field. At least they've got a basis of something to start with, whereas when the marijuana started, there was nothing. So I think that we should just go for the 2-year moratorium.
I
I
agree.
mean, I like the. I
Because
like
they
the
might
two-year
have it worked
moratorium,
out by
so I
now.
can go back and look at it, but I'm looking at the state going,
Yeah.
please, it's now been 4 years. Can you get somewhere with this? Don't forget, the Thursday markets start up tomorrow down at Memorial Field.
Right.
Be sure to swing by, if you're here during the day, be sure to swing by and say hi. Chief Robeson will have the trailer down there doing his thing and he'd love to have people come by and see him. There's a lot, we have some really
What time
good
does it close?
free. I'm sorry, you're on days now. You got your wish.
I used to be able to go in the middle of the night. Now I'll be at work.
I'm gonna be on the road a lot over the next 3 months. Currently, I'm set up to not miss any meetings, so that's where I'm sitting currently. But my job as president of the OMA has taken me all over the state, especially at points in this month. I'll be in Eastern Oregon all week of the 17th. Then I will, Friday, I'm going down to visit with the Curry County mayors. One of the things that as the OMA has, so we normally have around 120, 140 members out of our 241 cities. Two big reasons for that. One, small cities don't see the benefit to being in the OMA. Okay. It's largely because nobody tells them what the good reasons are and nobody points them out. So that's part of what I'm doing this summer is I'm trying to reach out to all these mayors that don't normally interact with the OMA and just show them the benefits, because one of the biggest benefits we have that we showed in this last legend, not the short session, but the full session, was that when we come together as a group, we can actually get Salem to pay attention. And so if we're going to make changes in small town Oregon, that's for the benefit of small town Oregon and not just Metro. We've got to work together. And that means, be willing to get on Zoom if it's something that's that important to you. Because those legislators pay attention when people are talking to them and not just pieces of paper. So that's the big message I'll be bringing out to mayors across the state this summer. I wanted to mention Juneteenth. I know that for a lot of people, they didn't find out about it until they were in their 50s, 60s, 70s. I was lucky. The history around Juneteenth I learned in college. I had a professor that actually believed in teaching all of history, not just the parts everybody likes. It amazes me, but it doesn't amaze me that it took this long to get it recognized, because I do believe it warrants a federal holiday because of the changes that occurred with how we deal with our fellow human beings. And that brings me to my last point. If you've been living under a rock, you would not know that this is Pride Month, but it is. And one of the things that I find disturbing is that we still do the he said, she said, and we're all going to throw stones at each other because we don't agree with X, whatever X might be, fill in the blank. You don't have to agree with people to treat people with respect. You don't have to agree with people to treat them like a fellow human being. Okay? We all don't have to walk in the same path. We don't all have to, do everything the same. That is part of what America is. Okay, that's who we are. We're supposed to be that place where people from all backgrounds, all ethnicities, orientations, whatever it is, can come together and make a better society. But if we're all going to silo up and point weapons at each other, the greatest experiment in human governance is going to go away. And I don't want that to happen. And it has disturbed me, some of the things that have been said in the last week or so around this county. Doggone it, treat people with respect. Treat them like they're a fellow human being. They deserve that much. We don't have to agree, but we can still treat people well. And I just hope that here in the city that we continue to do that. We have our ups and downs, but I can vouch for this city. We got people that learn how to, for lack of a better word, live together instead of living apart in a bunch of different silos. And for that, I'm very proud of this city. We learned that back during the whole climate change thing. I mean, if people wonder why the whole timber unity signs were up, it's because we saw what was happening. But we were able to get both sides in this room and hash out things that we could all do together and find middle ground. Okay, neither side agreed 100% with the other one. Don't misunderstand me. In fact, there were some loud voices in there. And they weren't mine, amazingly enough. But we came up and we came together on things that we could both do, that we both agreed upon, that people could go out and get done. And we need to get that done. And you know, and I'm just imploring everyone, when you have a chance, talk to people just about being people, being humans. Right? We don't all have to agree, but by golly, if we want America to continue, we need to talk to one another. We need to get to where, as I like to say, making sausage. You know, we can get there, and it's gonna take all of us to do it, because I'm definitely not wanting to live in another country. I've lived in too many of other countries. I don't like it. I love this one because we have the opportunity to make sausage on a daily basis. So with that, stuff to think about. We'll see you all in, what, 3 weeks?
Yep.
See you all in 3 weeks on the 26th.